Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will dive deep into one of the most fundamental concepts of OOPS in Java, that is none other than objects and classes. If you are wondered how Java help organize complex code or how to bring real world concepts into programs, this is perfect video for you. By the end, you will have a solid understanding of objects, classes, and how to use them effectively. Let's get started. Our agenda is so I will try to introduce to objects and classes and why objects and classes are essential in Java, structure of a class, and key concepts of attributes and methods, real world examples, and a code. So, introduction to object and class. A class is nothing but a blueprint or prototype from which objects are created. It defines properties and behavior. So object is nothing but an instance of a class. It is real world entity that has state and behavior. So let me give an example. If you take a mobile phone, it is a class. It has some properties like dimensions, camera lens, and some other properties. If you taken as an object, it has the brands like iPhone and Nokia and some other examples. And why objects and classes are essential. The advantages is en- encapsulation of data, code reusability, simplifies problem modeling, supports modularity. And encapsulation means it hides the unwanted data and only shows the important data to the user. And the structure of the class is class name, attributes, methods, and the components which are class declaration, attributes, and methods. Attributes are nothing but any variable that is bounded in a class is a class attribute. Any function defined within a class is a class method. And the key concepts, attributes and methods. Attributes represent the state of an object such as color and size. Methods define the behavior of an object, that is nothing but an start and stop. The real world example scenario, a class student with attributes like name, roll number, and methods like study and play. So, this is a sample code. Like here, we created a class called student, and he has a name and roll number, and the method is void study, and he is studying. And now I will go back to the Visual Studio Code and explain for you with a real example. So now I'm going to create a file. It is none other than object. So if we take public class obj, public static void main string args. So now we have created a class and this is our main method. So let me take another class. Let us take a class name called demo. Or now I'm going to explain with an example as I have told. So let us take a calculator. So in the calculator, we have so many things such as adding, subtracting, multiplication, and division. So now I'm going to create a class called calculator. We are going to write as calculator short form. So now here we are going to give methods such as addition, subtraction, and so on. So I'm going to give public int add int a comma int b. So we can write as return a plus b, and we can write another function such as public int multiply, we can write as int a comma int b to u and return a into b. So if we write public void subtract int a comma int b, if we write subtract and if we use return, it will give an error. So void is nothing but it is an non-returnable type. If we give as something as data type as int or double or float, we can get a return type, but here we cannot get a return type, so we must use system dot out dot println. So now in the class we cannot directly, so if you see in this, we have to call the class and functions. So if we write as directly, we first have to declare a variable such as n1 equal to 5 and int n2 equal to 2. So if we write a function like we are going to use the multiplication, so we have to define the functions, not define the variables. So if I am going to run this code, it will show me an error. See, one second. As you can see, the syntax error for the first one is it is telling after string args we haven't put. So now again I am going to run the code. So see, as you can see, the error is the main method int is undefined for the type object. So it is asking us to define an object and then it is asking to do. So first, how to define an object? First, we have to inherit the properties of the calculator. So we have to write cal and we have to keep an object name. We can take it as O1 for example, or let's keep it as O and equal to. So we are creating a new object. So we will use a keyword called as new. So new cal colon comma. So even though if I try to run this code, it will give an error. It is telling the main method mul is undefined for the type of an object. So it is asking to define. So we will give as O dot mul. As now it will return an output. It doesn't return an output. It will store the value of 5 into 2. Here it will take A as A as n1 as 5 and B as 2. Now it will give an output of 5 into 2. As we all know, 5 into 2 output gives 10. So it will store the value of 10, but it will not print the value of 10. So here we have to declare an another variable to store. So we will give as result equal to o dot n, and we are going to print that with system dot out dot println. Yes. So and now I am going to run the code. See, as you can see, we got an another exception in thread unresolved complication. So it is giving an error that exception in thread java.lang unresolved complication problem. The public type call must be defined in its own file. So as we have declared here the cal.java, so I have to replace it with obj.java. That's the error it is telling. So now if you try to run the code till you can see its own problem. So wait. As you can see the error, it is telling unresolved complication problem. The public type cal must be defined in its own file. So now I am going to remove the public. As you can see, the errors have been resolved. And yeah, if you see the output, we got as 10. So if we do the subtraction for the same thing, I am going to take as 4 dot sub n1 comma n2. See, as I'm going to run the code, I will get as 3 comma 10 as the 5 comma 2 will call the subclass. It will go to the first, it will go to the calculator class, and it will check for the method of sub. If there is a sub, it will go to n1 place a and n2 place b. So it will do as 5 minus 2, it gives an output as 3, and so on. So if there are any questions, you can comment down in the comment box, so I will try to answer your questions. Thank you for watching this video. Like, share, subscribe my channel. Thank you.